Hey there, Spurs fans. Before we dive into today's exciting updates on Tottenham, I need your help to hit a major milestone, 3,000 subscribers. Hitting that button not only supports the channel but also ensures you won't miss any future updates. Stay tuned until the end for all the details. Let's make this happen together. Now, let's get into it. The likelihood of Ange Postecoglou being dismissed by Tottenham Hotspur is growing stronger by the day, as reports suggest the club has recently engaged in discussions with a potential successor. Despite leading Spurs to a historic triumph by winning the Europa League, securing their first major trophy in 17 years and guaranteeing a place in next season's Champions League, the Australian manager's performance in the Premier League has been nothing short of disastrous. Tottenham finished 17th in the league table, their worst domestic campaign since the 1976-77 season, a startling drop that has seemingly sealed Postecoglou's fate. The stark contrast between European success and league failure has left the club's hierarchy with little choice but to consider a change at the helm. According to journalist Santiago Una, Tottenham have already held direct talks with Thomas Frank, the highly regarded Danish manager currently in charge at Brentford. These discussions reportedly took place this week, with Frank being briefed on Tottenham's project and potential transfer targets ahead of the summer window. Frank is now believed to be at the top of Spurs' shortlist, although the club is still exploring several other candidates. The Danish coach's reputation for developing young players and implementing an attractive style of football has clearly appealed to Tottenham, who are eager to rebuild following a season that failed to meet expectations. This potential move signals a serious intent by the club to regain stability and competitiveness in the Premier League. While Thomas Frank has long been linked with the Tottenham job, the recent escalation in talks suggests the club is seriously considering making a decisive move. Last December, reports revealed that Frank was interested in the Spurs job if it became available but was determined to complete the 2024-25 season with Brentford. Now, with the pressure mounting and Postecoglou's position increasingly precarious, the opportunity may have come sooner than expected. Tottenham's leadership seems convinced that Frank's tactical nous and ability to work within budget constraints could provide the fresh impetus needed to steer the club back towards success. However, Frank is not the only manager on Tottenham's radar. Other contenders include Fulham's Marco Silva, who is reportedly held in high regard by the Spurs hierarchy. Silva's experience managing in the Premier League and his track record of stabilising teams make him an attractive candidate. Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola has also been linked with the job, though his recent contract renewal with the Cherries could make negotiations more difficult. This broad shortlist highlights Tottenham's determination to find a manager capable of transforming their fortunes after a season that has fallen well below the club's ambitions. Speculation surrounding a potential return for Mauricio Pochettino, the club's former manager, continues to swirl, but insiders confirm that the Argentine coach remains fully focused on his role with the United States national team. With the 2026 World Cup on the horizon, Pochettino appears committed to that project and is unlikely to return to club management before then. While the idea of his comeback is enticing for some fans, it seems clear that Tottenham will be looking elsewhere to appoint their next permanent boss, prioritizing candidates who can commit fully to the club's long-term vision. Ultimately, Daniel Levy and the Tottenham board are faced with a difficult but necessary decision. Despite the euphoric high of European silverware, the crushing disappointment of their domestic campaign cannot be ignored. The club's leadership has shown little patience for underperformance in the Premier League, and it's clear that Postecoglou's time is drawing to a close. The next manager will have a significant challenge ahead, restoring Spurs' status among the English elite while building a team capable of competing on multiple fronts. The coming days promise to be decisive for Tottenham's future, as fans eagerly await the club's next move in what could be the start of a new chapter. What was once synonymous with spectacle and excitement, Tottenham's football seems to have lost its soul and sparkle in recent times. That dynamic style, full of creativity and intensity, which used to delight supporters and trouble opponents, has given way to a predictable, uninspired, and sluggish game. The team, which once set the tempo and provided moments of pure joy on the pitch, now drags through apathetic and disconnected performances, leaving a painful void for those who follow the club. The death of good football isn't just about poor results, but the absence of that collective talent and passion that made Tottenham special. This transformation affects not only the team's performance but the identity of a club that has always taken pride in its history and attacking style. The lack of sparkle and effectiveness has caused growing frustration, creating a climate of unease among fans and raising questions about the future. Tottenham is not just a team, it is a symbol of tradition and passion, and seeing it lose this essence is a harsh blow for everyone who supports the club. There remains hope that soon a renewal will occur, bringing back exciting and vibrant football to the fore, restoring pride and joy to the fans. The decline in Tottenham's style of play has had a profound effect not only on the team's results but also on the very atmosphere that surrounds the club. Football at Tottenham was once a source of immense pride and exhilaration, with supporters passionately backing a side that played with flair, creativity, and a fearless attacking mindset. Now, however, that excitement has been replaced by frustration and uncertainty. Fans who once filled the stadium with hope and anticipation are increasingly left disillusioned by performances that lack cohesion, imagination, and urgency. The very essence that made Tottenham's matches a spectacle has faded, creating a disconnect between the club's proud history and its current reality. This growing gap intensifies the demand for meaningful change, not just in terms of results, but in restoring the team's identity on the pitch. This downturn also impacts Tottenham's standing in the wider footballing world. Once seen as a formidable force capable of competing at the highest levels domestically and in Europe, the club now faces challenges in attracting the kind of talent necessary to return to those heights. The loss of an exciting, attacking style has left the club struggling to define its future direction, with questions hanging over its ability to build a team that can inspire both players and fans alike. Rebuilding Tottenham's identity will require more than just tactical adjustments. It calls for a reinvigoration of the club's ambition and spirit. Only by returning to the vibrant, daring football that once electrified their supporters can Spurs hope to reignite belief, restore pride, and once again become a team that captures the imagination of all who watch them. Before we dive back in, I need your help to hit a massive milestone, 3,000 subscribers. If you're enjoying the content, tap that subscribe button and hit the bell to stay in the loop with every new video. Together, we can make this happen. Now, let's jump back into it. Tottenham supporters, your club is standing at a critical juncture, and the future of the football you cherish hangs in the balance. For years, Spurs were known for their thrilling, attacking style, a brand of football that sparked excitement and pride among fans and sent a message of ambition across the Premier League and beyond. Yet now, that signature spark seems to have dimmed, leaving many to wonder if the club can ever reclaim its former identity. This moment calls for your voice more than ever. How do you truly feel about the current state of the team? Are you ready to back the current regime to turn things around, or do you believe it's time for bold, sweeping changes? Your opinions and passion have the power to influence the direction Tottenham takes next. After all, it's the supporters who breathe life into the club and hold its soul. As Tottenham enters what could be a pivotal phase of rebuilding and reinvention, the expectations from fans will inevitably shape decisions on and off the pitch. What kind of football do you want to see? Are you craving the return of the dazzling, free-flowing play that made Spurs a joy to watch, or are you willing to accept a more pragmatic approach if it means results? How patient will you be if the climb back to the top is slow, and what are your hopes for the club's future ambitions? This is a moment to demand clarity, vision, and a commitment to restoring the pride that once defined Tottenham Hotspur. So, Spurs faithful, we ask you, what's your verdict on the current crisis, and what are your hopes and demands for the club's revival? Your passion and opinions are more crucial now than ever before. Don't miss out, subscribe to the channel and smash that like button to keep up with all the latest action. Drop your thoughts in the comments, your support is everything to Tottenham. Catch you in the next video.